1. I don't chase. I attract what aligns with my peace. There is no greater repellent than desperation, and no stronger magnet than peace. The man who does not chase is not passive. He is focused. A lion does not chase butterflies. It watches, waits, and acts only when the moment is right. You see this man often, but you don't always notice him because he doesn't need to be noticed. He's the one at the gym who trains in silence, the one in meetings who listens more than he speaks, the one at the party who isn't in a corner, but isn't in the center either. He is stillness surrounded by noise. Stoic strategy. Detach from the need for approval. Let the world come to you. Seneca taught that he who is everywhere is nowhere. A man should not scatter himself. He should hold his position and let his gravity do the work. 2. Your actions are yours. Mine are mine. There is a subtle terror in a man who will not be emotionally moved. Not cold, not distant, just calm. This is the man who doesn't argue when insulted, who doesn't raise his voice when provoked, who doesn't chase closure from those who walked away. Women test, often unknowingly, to see if a man is governed by impulse or guided by principle. When you react, you're controlled. When you respond with clarity, you're revered. Stoic strategy. Master the dichotomy of control. Epictetus reminds us, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Choose to hold your power even when it burns, especially then. 3. I'm not here to be liked. I'm here to live in truth. Charm fades. Performance tires. But conviction lasts. We live in a time where most say what pleases the room. But the Stoic says what aligns with his values, even if the room turns against him. He may lose friends, lovers, invitations, but he never loses himself. And ironically, it is this defiance of approval that makes others crave his validation. Stoic strategy. Tell the truth, even if your voice shakes. Journal nightly as Seneca advised and ask, did I betray my soul today for the sake of being liked? If so, correct. If not, advance. 4. If I lose you, I lose nothing of myself. A woman cannot respect a man who fears her absence more than he values his presence. The man who panics when she pulls away is unprepared. The man who mourns but moves on without bitterness, that man carries the scent of unshakable resolve. Loss is only painful when we believe someone was a part of us, but no one is. We are whole already. Stoic strategy. Detach with dignity. Remember the words of Marcus Aurelius. You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think. If you can lose your life without fear, you can certainly lose another person without falling apart. 5. I've already imagined losing everything. I'm not afraid. The Stoic trains in loss before it arrives. He rehearses hardship. He embraces the scenario of betrayal, humiliation, death, and exile, not to invite them, but to defang them. So when pain comes knocking, he simply opens the door and says, I've been expecting you. Fearlessness is not born from denial, but from preparedness. Stoic strategy. Practice premeditatio malorum, the premeditation of misfortune. Visualize the loss of comfort, of love, of everything, and in doing so you realize you were never dependent on any of it to begin with. 6. Silence is my weapon. Presence is my voice. The world is loud. The man who isn't needs no explanation. He doesn't fight to be heard because he already listens to the only voice that matters, his inner reason. When she tests him, he doesn't explain himself endlessly. When she threatens to leave, he doesn't beg. He stands still, and in that silence is the roar of unshakable power. Stoic strategy. Speak less. Say only what adds value. Let your walk carry more weight than your words. Remember, even Socrates taught through questions, not speeches. 7. I'm not impressed by beauty. I admire character. Anyone can be seduced by surface. Few see beneath it. The Stoic man does not fall for the curve of a body or the softness of a voice. He looks for virtue, not vanity. He knows that beauty without substance is like perfume on a rotten wound, pleasant but poisonous. Stoic strategy. Discipline your desires through reason. Question your attraction. Am I pulled by my values or by my urges? Build admiration on integrity, not image. 8. What I control is my mind. Everything else is illusion. This is the ultimate power, the fortress that no woman, no failure, no betrayal can penetrate. The weather may rage, people may leave, your heart may break. But if your mind remains aligned with virtue, you stand untouched. Stoic strategy. Daily meditations. Detachment from outcomes. Reading the letters of Seneca, the journals of Marcus, the lessons of Epictetus. Fortify the mind like a king fortifies a castle. 9. I train myself to live without comfort. Comfort makes soft men. Soft men beg for love. But a man who has trained in discomfort is dangerous, not to others, but to the forces that wish to enslave him. He fasts. He walks in cold. He disciplines his urges, and when temptation arrives, he simply nods. I've felt greater hunger. I've endured worse pain. You hold no power here. Stoic strategy. Live with less by choice. Sleep on the floor. Eat the same food. Delay pleasure. Seneca said, set aside a certain number of days, during which you shall be content with the scantiest and cheapest fare, and ask yourself, is this the condition I feared? 10. If peace demands it, I will walk away and never look back. The most terrifying kind of man is the one who walks away without bitterness, not because he doesn't care, but because he has chosen his peace over any promise of pleasure. She may scream, cry, try to pull him back, but he will not break his vow to himself. Stoic strategy. Decide your non-negotiables. Write them. Live them. When someone threatens your principles, leave, don't explain. As Epictetus warned, if you want to be free, don't wish for things to happen as you wish. Wish for things to happen as they do, and you will be free. Final word. Let others chase affection. We pursue mastery. Let others beg for love. We walk in silence. Let others try to impress. We become the kind of men who cannot be ignored. Man conquers the world by conquering himself. Zeno, let us conquer.